Myself, Vijay, and I'm co-founder and CEO of the FotonVR. We are working in virtual reality and mixed reality-based educational product. My partner Mehul is not with me, and he's out for some other work. So in this communication, I'll be here for entire webinar. So in this 30 to 45 minute our communication, we'll understand what is the extended reality and how VR, MR, or XR can enhance student-teacher interaction, and how the technology and teaching knowledge can be merged and can help the entire education ecosystem. So if you talk about the evolution in the computing, okay, initially there was a laptop or desktop. Okay, initially it was only desktop. Okay, and then the laptop, then the mobile is there, and now the era of AR, VR, and MR. Okay, that we can say the extended reality. And in future, this MR technology would be not even form of the glass, but it should be inside our eye or somewhere else. That can be understood in future. So I want to say that this is not a webinar. This is the communication about the education and technology. Okay, so initially I'll take a few minutes to describe what MR or extended reality is, how, according to me, how it will help entire ecosystem of the education, and then we'll discuss, we'll take your queries, or we'll share our common thoughts on the same platform. Okay, so initially the content was on the book, okay, in printed form or in manuscript form. Okay, then if you talk about the technology, then the first portion was the PC. Whatever the content was, it was stored into the PC, and then it came to the web. So it was stored in cloud, and from anywhere from the globe we can access those content using computer with the internet. Now the same content is available in our palm, okay, using the mobile. All content is here with us. So this is the current scenario. Okay, mobile is the computer nowadays. Okay, but for next 10 years, or we can say the 20 years, the time would be for the VR, MR, or we can say the XR. So the same content or new type of the content will be available with the devices, or we can say the technology, that is the XR. So today we are about to talk how the content, whether it is educational content or industrial training content or any other content, would be delivered for next 10 to 20 years. So let's start with the buzzword, that is extended reality. Okay, so it is a merge of virtual reality or augmented reality or mixed reality. Okay, so virtual reality, I hope many of you have already experienced VR or some way of MR in mall or somewhere in gaming or instrument. Okay, but I'll brief. So virtual reality give us a way to change our scenario. Okay, so we are in some other place. Okay, we are immersed with entirely new digital created content. Okay, so that gives us feeling of teleporting. Okay, we are isolated with our current physical world, and we are teleported to some other digital world. So that is the virtual reality, and in that case we need to wear a headset where we cannot see the world outside of us, but we can see the world that is created digitally. Augmented reality is some portion, okay, or some object we can say is visible inside the current physical world. Okay, so the images, or we can say the video that we get, that dressing application available for like Snapchat. Okay, so these are the example of augmented reality. So mixed reality is mixing of augmented reality with the physical world. Okay, so augmented object, whether it is the educational content or any other content, can be set in the physical world, and that can be interact with the physical world. So that is a mixed reality. Okay, and today we are going to talk about the virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. That how these three, it means the extended reality, will help us delivering educational world better. So if we talk about the JioGlass and Jio 5G, okay, in any technology, there are two major portions that is useful to use the particular technology. One is the hardware and second is the software. Okay, and the evolution of these two uplift, or we can say the developed simultaneously. Without proper hardware or the hard ecosystem, we can not use proper software, and without proper software, or we can say the content in this webinar, we cannot optimally use the software or hardware. Okay, so JioGlass and its 5G technology, it means 5G enabled JioGlass, help India and the globe to use the software that is being developed by others or content that is being by others efficiently or optimally. So the future is of MR, and the JioGlass will help us, or we can say the rule the entire scenario in India. In current education system, not only the education system, but entire training system, the challenges that we are facing is the most important challenge, that is the practical. In normal classroom education, okay, or training, we cannot have the experiments, okay, and any skill that is any learning that is acquired without experiment is just like mugging up or remembering the fact, and that cannot be last for long, or that cannot be understood 100%. So anything that is with the experience, with the practical, if learned, that can be understood easily, that can be last for long. Okay, and in our current education system, there are many ways to provide the practicals and experiments, but there is always limitations of the region, limitations of the availability or viability. But using virtual reality or mixed reality, that can be sought out. In current education system, the entire education system is based on, we can say, remembering the fact. Okay, it is not based on the skill-based education. And next challenge is accessibility of educators, teachers, and learners. Okay. Somehow it is solved using webinar or the Zoom or the video-based conference, but still that can be that is still the gap of connecting teachers and educators. If we talk about the market, okay, so this is not my portion. I'm not economist. Okay, I'm basically educationalist, come technology developer. Okay, but as I wander in India, entire India, I see the big market in India for the virtual reality and mixed reality, especially for education. Okay, especially for training. It might be the K-12, it might be the higher education, it might be the vocational training, or it might be the industrial training. Okay? So according to the data, in next 5 to 6 years, that would be the growth of nearly 42% CAGR. Okay, and the market would reach to $13 billion from current market of less than $1 billion. So here is a small video that will explain you that how mixed reality, or we can say the JioGlass with the 5G technology currently works.
It can take learning to a whole new level, making it more futuristic, more immersive, more interactive, and all the more fun.
So you have understood what is the possibility with MR. So mainly the virtual reality or the XR is being used in gaming so far. Okay, but it has big potential in education sector. Okay, and the question is why? Because the first is immersive experience. in before 10 or 20 years, we in education in classroom we've been used for whiteboard, okay, where teacher has to draw everything or describe everything on the whiteboard. But now many school, many teacher uses smart smart classroom, smart board, okay, where the video with audio visual effect can be played. So this is the some way of giving the immersive experience, but still it is in 2D, or we can say the in one phase. But with the XR technology, we can give them the 360-degree immersiveness, okay, and we can make feel student that they are not into the classroom but somewhere else, okay. They are they are inside watcher or inside the body, okay, or they are into the space, or we can bring those part inside the classroom. We can bring the pyramid inside the classroom, or we can bring the entire solar system into the classroom. So there are two ways, okay, and both these way give the immersive experience, and that is the most important factor that that why education sector would be affected with the XR technology. The reason is that whatever felt can be understood easily, that can be remembered easily, okay, and virtual reality or augmented reality or mixed reality technology can give the good feeling of experience of being somewhere else. Next is practical learning. As I have already explained, and you know that if we want to learn about the chemistry, physics, biology, okay, and simply we remember the fact, or simply we read the book, or we explain something into the classroom that what happened if we mix the acid and base, okay, then students have to remember the fact, and in most of case these facts are forgotten where when it is being used, or when it is time to use, okay, because students learn all these fundamentals of science or learning into the class of 6, 7 or class 10, and they have to use when they come into the market. They become doctor or scientist or engineer, okay. So long period, the long gap is there, okay, and there always the fact that is mug up or remembered are forgotten, but the information that is learned using the practicals can be remembered for the long time, okay. So using the virtual reality, we can create the entire chemistry lab or physics lab or biology lab in the same VR classroom, okay. We can give them tools to do the practical by themselves. They can do the practicals and they can understand the facts, and into the in classroom they can remember it, okay. So once the fact whatever it is practical and understood can be remembered or can be mug up very easily. The learning outcome will be improved, and social collaborative learning would be a major portion. Using the virtual reality technology or mixed reality technology, we can collaborate remotely, okay, remotely as if we are currently connected with one another right now. Same way we can connect in mixed reality or in virtual world using this new technology, okay, and we can interact with each other. We can collaborate on the same project, same object, or same practical. So it gives us feeling that we are into the practical lab, okay, and group of 5 or 6 students are performing the practical under the observation or under the guide of a teacher. All are in virtual avatar, we can say the virtual avatar or virtual world, but they can collaborate with each other, they can interact with each other, and they can do the practical, the same practical same time. So this is the most important thing, and that definitely will enhance the current education way of learning. Again, I'd like to show you one small video.
Food is a basic requirement of all living organisms in order to survive, right? We humans and many other living organisms get food from plants. So, let's understand in detail the photosynthesis process. To understand this process, first we need to understand its roots. The root has a special structure to absorb water and other nutrients from the soil. The absorbed water and other nutrients are going upward through the xylem and reach all the parts of the plant. It shows the upper and lower layers of the cell, which are flat and irregular. Below the upper layer is the layer of tightly packed cells.
So this is the one of the example, okay, that we have created the content. We have created nearly 400 plus virtual tours, okay, that cover entire science subject from class 5 to class 10. Okay, that is into virtual reality, and we have created same number of practicals that is using mixed reality. Okay. So when we talk about the virtual reality or mixed reality, the first benefit that give us in terms of the education, that is the immersive learning. Second is interaction with 3D object, that is mainly about the geometry, or we can say the mathematics. Okay, when we can interact with the virtual object, okay, that is not possible to bring inside to the classroom. That can help us a lot to describe the fact that cannot be described easily inside the easily using the whiteboard, because with the whiteboard we cannot interact or we cannot rotate the object. That is easily possible in mixed reality. The safe environment is most important. Okay, if you talk about learning about chemistry, okay, even if we are having the lab of facility of the chemistry lab, we cannot conduct all type of the chemistry practicals with all age group of the student. Okay, if we want to train the students about some industrial experience, okay, we cannot take the students to the industry. Okay, or if we want to give them the experience of different geography, for example, experience of the sea or space or desert or jungle. Okay, so such feeling it cannot be provided. The safety issue would be there, and it is not viable sometimes. Collaboration and group learning is most important part. Okay, uh, when we learn alone, it is different thing, and when we collaborate, when we discuss something about some virtual object, that can give us a better understanding. Uh, if we talk about the use cases, the first use case, that is the virtual field trip, and that is possible with the VR technology. With the VR technology, we can provide n number of virtual tours inside the classroom. Okay, currently we take the students outside of the classroom to give them the experience. We can in many schools students are being taken outside of the classroom with a visit of the post office or bank or railway station for practical learning. Okay, but it is only possible once in a 6 months, okay, or once in a month only. But when we are having the VR technology into the school, we can take students outside of the classroom every month, every week, or every day if you want. Uh, Campus tour. If you talk about the higher education, okay, campus is most important thing, and campus are located at different geographical places. Okay, so before student come join the any campus, we can give them the tour, entire tour of the campus, so they can exactly understand that how they will learn or where they will learn. Distance learning is currently it is expanding, or we can say the growing very rapidly. Okay, but currently it is growing using the technology, that is video technology. Currently we are using that. Okay, so again, distance learning is good technology, but that can be enhanced using the virtual reality. Virtual lab, we have created more than 300 practicals in virtual lab for the chemistry, for the physics, for the biology. Okay, it is really affordable because same chemical or same apparatus we can use n number of times. Students can perform the same practical again and again. and there is no wear and tear of any devices of the lab. So JioGlass, you can set up the entire lab into your school or in your college. Okay, you can train the students using this MR technology. Okay, and the entire solution is ready for you, and that can help you to boost the learners confidence, that enhance interactive visual simulation to improve subject understanding, and localization is also very easy with this new technology, and uh, the assessment data analysis is also possible with this technology. So these are the benefits that can be that we can have with the GeoGlass. So it was a small but introductory introduction about the technology and how we can use this technology for education. Now I would like to have interaction with each of us so we can discuss more. Now we can take the questions or queries with our participants.
So, hi, sir.
Hello, yeah.
So what is the cost for the VR GeoGlass?
Okay, so for that, first of all, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, sir. My name is Shashank. I'm an educationist. I'm an educator,
Mhm. Okay,
and I just wanted to know. Yes, sir.
so first of all, we can have the experience of the GeoGlass. You can put the query with the Nitin, okay, and we can provide you the demo. Okay, once you understand the entire technology, there are multiple way to use this technology, and according to the number of devices or the content that you want to use or technology, how you want to use the technology. Okay, so cost depends on that. Okay, and that can be informed by Nitin.
Yeah, hi, Nitin here. So the way we have structured it is right now it's not available in consumer market, but however for institutes and enterprises, we are providing custom solutions. So based on the scale and volume, we can have in-person discussion and figure this out.
Hello,
Yes.
this is Nisha. I'm from school. I would like to know how we can implement this technology for a school.
Okay, so in a school, we can set up the entire lab. We can say the mixed reality lab. Okay, that consists of the hardware and software and the content. Okay, where student and where teacher can take hold of all the students and teacher can deliver the content in virtual world.
So can we also customize it as per our requirement, or do we need to use only those contents which are available and integrated within this?
So if we talk about the current development, okay, we have there are three portions, okay, in this technology. One is the hardware, okay. Second is the software that deliver the content, and third is the content. Okay, so hardware and technology, okay, that is a platform is crucial part and that is developed. Okay, the content. Currently, we have developed the entire content for the science subject up to class 10. Okay, but as per the requirement, we can provide customized content in using the same platform and hardware.
Got it. So you are saying we are not, we won't be able to change anything in hardware, but in software content we can change as per the requirement, right?
Yes, yes. Once it is once amount is invested for the hardware, the same hardware can be used for multiple type of the content. Okay, if the college engineering college is there, the same hardware and software can be used to deliver the engineering content, and the same hardware and software can be used to deliver the school education content.
Okay.
If a specific question is there, you can even write down in comment also.
So this is a kind of subscription model you are talking about, or it's a one-time cost?
So if you talk about the software and hardware, okay, it is one-time cost. Okay, and for the content, it is subscription-based model. Okay, and if it is specific requirement, we can create the content and can provide you as entire hold of the software, sorry, content.
Okay,
You can
so I
find
got it. I think
for the lifetime users also.
okay, great. So I think, for example, if you have a 10 list of 10 contacts content, and I only require two, so I need to pay only for two, not for complete 10. It is a kind
Exactly.
of pay as you go service. Okay,
Yes,
great,
exactly.
great.
If you talk about the school education, we have an entire syllabus. Currently, it is for the science subject, and now we are creating for mathematics and social studies also. Okay, so you can select any subject, or you can use the entire library that we have created.
So is there any kind of restriction in terms of hardware device distribution? For example, there are 20 members or 20 kind of students I have. So do I need to purchase 20 hardware, or I can use 4 hardware and distribute among all 20 students?
Yes, of course, you can distribute this. You can use the same hardware for multiple students. Okay.
Okay.
So in our software, there is a, credential facility. Okay. So whenever the student start learning, student has just has to enter the roll number. Okay. Once they enter the roll number, entire learning history is stored or saved in his credential. Okay, so we can distribute, we can use the same hardware or single lab. For example, if we set up the lab of 20 device, okay, that can be used for 500 or 700 student, because in the rotation we can use the hardware for multiple students.
So it would basically be like a concurrent licensing model, similar to how you have your computer labs, a similar setup that you have in traditional schools right now. It'll be the same thing for the XR labs that FotonVR and us together set it up.
Got it.
Hello, Nitin. You can say that if any of our attendee wants the practical demonstration in their college or school, okay, so how we can help them to extend this support, okay, so they can have the practical experience that how they can feel with the JioGlass and how the learning is immersive and fantastic.
Yeah, Vijay. I think if you go to the next slide, my mail ID is in that slide itself. Currently, we've built the solution together with Photon VR, and we are looking for educational institution partners to wherein we can do some trials and see what would be the response of the students, and possibly work on improving it together. This would be the initial phase, and later we would also be opening it up for pilot programs. For those who are interested in doing that, you can write to my email. I think Vijay, you'll have to just go to the next slide. I'll also drop my mail ID in the chat for you.
Yes, that would be fine because I have stopped sharing.
Okay. So I've dropped my email address in the chat as well. The same can be used to reach out to me if you're interested in trials and pilots. Are there any further questions or comments, or can we conclude?
Suppose if I would like to buy this solution for my child, how we can get this?
So the currently the JioGlass is available for enterprise, okay, but very soon it is available for individual use also. Okay, so the same content can be used at your home also when you purchase JioGlass for your kid.
Okay, thank you.
So, Nishad, to add to what Vijay was saying, the way it functions is in a classroom setup, the content is controlled by the teacher or the tutor, whereas there will be a retail or a consumer version wherein it's self-paced learning, similar to how the teacher would choose the content. A student can do it himself or herself at their own pace.
Okay, Nitin, I think all the queries are discussed. Okay, So if any attendee wants to discuss anything about this technology or how JioGlass will help with the education, we can discuss, or otherwise we can conclude this webinar.
Sure. Yeah. So if any of the participants wants to discuss offline, you can reach out to us or to the FotonVR team. My mail ID is in the chat. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Vijay for taking his time and being available for us to discuss about the XR use cases in education. Thank you very much, Vijay. And would also like to thank all the participants that have taken time to be part of this discussion. Wish all of you a wonderful evening and the happy holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitin, and thank you all participants. Really, it is wonderful communication.